This is my February wrap-up of all the books that I read. I have read 40 books total. And yes, there is still a Christmas tree in the background, and yes, it is March. We are not going to speak about that. And we'll put all these books kind of in like a yes, no, maybe format. Some of my favorite fantasy reads this month that were obviously all a yes are these right here. I absolutely love the Prison Healer trilogy. I have read the rest of her books, and I'd have to say I still prefer the Prison Healer. This book had so many twists and turns. It was such a great adventure. I also really did enjoy the Rose Bargain way more than I thought I did, and I thought the plot twist at the end was pretty shocking. I did not guess it, and I am very excited for book 2. I listened to the last book, book 7 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. This was so fun, so good. Have I lost the actual plot of the whole entire series because I've been reading / listening to the series since December? Yes. But I am just here for the vibes and the characters. I love Jonah and Carl and Samantha and Katia and all the rest of them. Now, these 2 book series I wanted to love so much more. I really enjoyed the premise of Scythe. Book 1 was pretty good. Book 2 and book 3 started to go downhill. It just started getting slower. Very ending of it all kind of just felt like a cop-out, and it's something that we have all seen before, especially in like sci-fi books. Still probably give this like yes, maybe. And for Jade City, probably for me it would honestly be a no, but for a lot of you guys it would probably be a yes. Politics, mafia, clan dynamics, whatever, it just wasn't for me. But moving on to these other fantasy books that were still really good, but just like not quite like high 5-star, 4-star reads. I did read Breath of the Dragon, which is also by Fauna Lee. Now I like this one so much better. There were still some slow parts to it, but it was less political. It was more about like martial arts. It was a yes for me. I finished book 3 and book 4 in the Crave series. The graphic audio, like I said before, amazing, so much better. If I had just read this series, it would only be like a 2-3 star for reading for me, but because of the graphic audio, it is a 4-star. Carving Shadows into Gold, it suffered from middle book syndrome. I still enjoyed it, but it, again, like not a lot happened. Moving on to books that just were not that good, in my opinion. These were all a no for me. I randomly saw Worthy of Fate recommended by someone on Book Talk, and it sounded really good, and it started off really strong, but by the end, there were about maybe 100 times that the word my mate was spoken or said, and I wanted to throw my Kindle across the room. The Mirrored trilogy, there's only 2 books out. This was okay, but I would just say there's absolutely nothing special about this series. I don't really remember it too much anyways. And then Fallen Stars, which is the second book to Heavenly Bodies. I am just not a fan of the series because it's like so heavy on the romance, and I am more like plot action type of person. I don't know, the romance maybe was just feeling a little too cheesy for me. I decided to switch it up afterwards. I was like, I need out of this like romantic-y slump sort of, so we're going back to thriller mystery. I loved these 2 books. These were so freaking good. I loved all the missing pieces. Romantic suspense is high on my list of genres that I absolutely love now. I'm so excited to like dive into more of Catherine's books. And then the Grady Lake series, there's the 3 books. Each book is maybe about 230 pages. It's a good mystery suspense thriller series. It's not super scary, graphic, or anything. It's very like tight-knit family vibes too. The author I read the most this month was Wendy Dranfield. She has a Detective Madison Harper series, and then she has a Dean Matheson series. I prefer Madison Harper. This is one of my favorite mystery series like ever now. Then to end the month, I just kind of read like thriller after thriller after thriller. I read 2 Karen Slaughter books because I loved her Will Trent series. These 2 books honestly were a little boring for me, mostly because both these books deal with trauma from the past, and then something happens in the present that these characters are forced to deal with their trauma again. I want more mystery, more action, more thriller. Famous Last Words was a new thriller by this author. I like this, and I like the ending, but the middle like just suffered so much. It was just like very slow that I was like, okay, we need to speed it up here. I read The Knife Man, which this is like typical me, where I like to read books about like attractive mid-30s men who have like ex-military background who like to like thwart government conspiracy type of things. This one was okay. Luke Daniels is really nothing that special, and I saw The Lies I Tell that people were rating this pretty well. This is more like con artist woman type of book. Again, this was kind of slow for me because it talks about like a con artist being a real estate agent, and there's real estate terms that I really don't care about. Whew, so that was everything in February. Now, hopefully in March, we'll find some better fantasy reads or maybe even some more good thrillers.